hold on. And if you want to, I also want to explain some things that I feel are important. You have to new game to start a character. If you go to load, and I go to load all my playthroughs, so I can load on. We can give a short sample if we reset a couple of times for something, just to show, so I can roll over the file. I'm not going to sit here and waste too much time. I'm just going to vary. And actually, I might save the full thing. This is just a sample.
Well, I would just literally play the cutscene to the point where they say, like, Goldie or something.
Hold on. Look.
Yeah.
So, she's zooming.
Yeah.
But she does...
Like
she
I said,
takes double damage.
She takes double damage and deals half damage.
But she is faster.
And again, because she is faster, the canceling in certain scenarios can actually be technically more damage than Joe in very particular scenarios. Also, because Sylvia, instead of enemies being confused, they horny.
We'll just give a quick sample of the characters, just so I can... See, like, she doesn't...
Well, these are the most basic of enemies, so because they're the most basic of...
Enemies!
So I guess because it was like 4... I guess if you want to show her being the weaker... Well, one, that shows it right there. You didn't kill.
Yes.
And you could slow down and just, like, do a basic combo, not the Red Hot 100 against an enemy.
See?
I said slow and do the...
You can see it.
Yes.
I'm just showing off as a quick sneak peek before anything. At least, yeah, see? But, because the pumping...
That's why I said, because she not only moves...
Might at least go to Joker just to show that...
Because Sylvia not only moves faster, she also attacks faster. So that's why the...
Her gimmick, she takes double damage.
Yes.
And deals less damage, but she's faster.
And her jump is slightly higher.
Yes. We'll just give a sample before fully playing the characters, just so I can explain them all, and then we could definitely need to stop. And literally, if enough people want to see some other character playthroughs, especially because I'm skipping the cutscenes, just to explain how the characters work.
Because
he's human.
Yes, and he didn't transform.
Yeah, I have maxed out points because I replayed out. But he does the...
Oh yeah, that's the other...
His gimmick...
I said that he has...
He has a sword.
I said the Alistair, he has to transform when he's in his normal...
But, here's the thing. I have double jump.
I brought that up.
I know you brought that up, and you hit Z.
Yes, and then, again, his meter is constantly draining, but because his meter is constantly draining, using multiple powers as him doesn't drain it faster, unlike other characters. That's the one gimmick to it. When you're transformed as Alistair, you don't have that little sword hit at the end of your combo. If you're really good at timing it, you can do his combo and then actually transform as he's doing the sword hit to get big damage. But that's kind of a glitch, I think, and thus, because of it kind of being a...
Yeah,
that's another thing, because you have to transform,
But the sword...
That sword combo actually does a lot of damage.
Yes, it does. Oh no, the sword combo doesn't...
And like, that's a special thing he has when you're
Formed, yes.
To try and make the form, not completely useless.
And he transforms automatically.
He transforms when you start a mission.
But...
Because you got to just go for it, that is why he transformed there.
Yeah, but you'll notice, I just...
Yes, the other thing, before I reset, the other thing Alistair has, and I believe this applies to when he's in this form, and this is why the sword does so much damage, he naturally has the Zoom 1.5 multiplier. Okay, I'm gonna reset now.
Just so we can explain every character as as a small sample, we've literally been here for like 15 extra minutes just to explain. There's my blue file.
And then...
What?
And then the Captain.
It's just a small sneak peek.
Yeah.
I'm not... Captain Blue is super interesting, and if people want a full playthrough...
I think Captain Blue is probably the best character in the game.
Captain Blue is the best character in the game, but it's fun to show this off as a small tease. So Captain Blue has a very interesting gimmick.
Well, he has a few interesting gimmicks.
No skulls.
He naturally, because you had to beat Ultra V rated to get him, he has no skulls regardless of the difficulty.
He doesn't have a double jump.
But he has one big
jump, and more importantly,
he can hover infinitely.
Yeah.
It is infinite until you do something.
No, well, kinda. Okay, it's true enough.
And Captain Blue.
Oh, damn it. On.
And Captain Blue is the other character.
He also has the 1.5
damage like Alistair. But
dodge because I got my animations.
But he, you know.
Well, actually, we can use Captain Blue for a second. I can explain some of the animations. So that's the low when they do that shuffly thing.
If you also listen, you'll hear their feet squeaking across the ground. It's just the animations because we're on GameCube and like. Because we're on
Bye.
Because we're on on GameCube and don't have Dante can also use this as a minute to explain.
Captain Blue naturally, like Alistair, has a 1.5 times damage buff.
Yeah, I said that.
I know you did.
And that.
But he has no downsides except for the
he has no downside. His downside is supposed to be the whole he doesn't have the
skulls. But if you beat Ultra V-rated,
which you have to, you know, do normally again if you're on the PS2 version. They also, besides like adding Dante and shit, they also added a button code to unlock all the other characters. I think including Dante. You could edit that code on screen right now. It's just
stop in a second. Captain Blue.
You would.
Yeah. And, I'll stop in a second, but
just As again, play Captain Blue for just a very small extra amount of time, so I can explain Dante because we don't.
Damn it!
Like, we don't have the ability to. You know,
I'm on the.
Actually,
this is the GameCube version. I can't use Dante because he's not on GameCube.
Yeah.
It's a PS2 thing.
Anyway.
I have all the. Damn it.
Anyway, the way Dante works, this is just my, like, tinfoil hat theory, but there's a decent amount of evidence to show this. I feel like Dante is built off of Alistair's code, which leads to a few things. One, yeah, you can hear this little, like, shoe squeaking sound. Anyway, was Dante...
it's animation based.
I'm pretty sure, like, Dante is built off of Alistair. There are a few reasons I, think that. One, I'm pretty sure he has the 1.5 multiplier just naturally. Besides him having the 1.5 naturally, doesn't Dante actually have when he untransforms he can double jump?
Yes?
Yeah, that's the other reason. And then the final thing, his punching is, normal. What Dante's gimmick is, well, he has two gimmicks. One
just showing off, like, see.
One gimmick of Dante.
Oh yeah, they are squeaky. Oh.
Because they're shuffling their feet across the ground.
Damn it, yeah. Oh, that's funny.
Nice, so they're shuffling their feet across the ground.
We can soften it.
Anyway.
Well, my weird idea, regardless, if you just duck.
Yes, but with, like, Dante, Or is it
This is just a sample of like how Captain Blue works.
It was like Dante, his punching is a normal. What they did, his normal standing kick, now when you jump in the air, he still has Red Hot kick on the slide and shit because of what those are needed for. But instead of
Look
kicking...
at this man's damage!
But instead of kicking, what Dante does normally is the kick button fires his guns. Except when you shoot his guns enough, he will actually do the, like... a stinger stab at the end of Alistair's basic punch combo, and because Dante, much like Alistair, has the 1.5, that does stupid damage, but because it's at the end of his shooting and he doesn't have any super transforming...
So I guess this is just a little sneak peek of Captain fucking Blue.
Yeah, because Dante doesn't have any transforming gimmick or anything, it is far easier to activate like slow and zoom and stuff when he does the stab, and if you do that...
Stop it a second.
And if you do that, Dante, like, he can, I believe, do potentially the most damage in the game.
I can explain some other shit about Dante before we...
Well, I was going to say the other things.
You need to stop.
I was going to say the other things. His Red Hot 100 is Million Stab from Devil May Cry, where he stabs with the sword. His Boomerang is Round Trip, which that's the same as Alistair. Instead of, like, Boomerang, so they throw the sword. When he does a Red Hot kick, he says Inferno. His Sylvia is replaced with Trish, and because it's replaced with Trish, at the end...
Watch the damage, baby.
Because Sylvia is replaced with Trish, at the end of the game when...
That 1 point... And yes, his 1.5 times natural is...
It stacks with any other damage and, like, increases. Meaning he does stupid damage against Bruce. You do the big fuck-off damage against Bruce.
Look. We need to stop now.
Yeah, I was just going to say... we can stop in a minute. I was just going
Okay, the other thing about Dante, and I was going to quickly explain this now that we've literally extended, and I've done a Captain Blue sample with my maximum V points. Yes. Dante is weird. Dante doesn't fight normally. Watching someone play the PS2 version, that one streamer that I was hanging out with that played the PS2 version, when they unlocked Dante, they tried him and they got confused because his combos are weird because he swaps between sword and guns.
I said his kick isn't a kick, it's him shooting the guns and then after enough he does the stinger stab. I said that.
But naturally, even in his combo, he sometimes...
I think it... When he punches at the end, he also adds
The thing is, when you learn to consistently use Dante's guns, his guns shoot bullets. God, that's a weird... Yes. There's a method to this madness. His guns shoot bullets. The bullets are the bullets enemies fire. Meaning, Dante's bullets apply to enemy bullet logic. So, Dante can jump, shoot a bunch of bullets.
Yes.
You slow down. And in the slow, his bullets act like bullets that you hit back at enemies. So, like, what the
chopper?
The Black Thunder or, Billy fires.
Yes.
But the thing is, because they act like the bullets that enemies shoot, they apply to the multipliers and logic of the bullets.
Yes.
There's a video on YouTube of someone just playing Dante as a sample. When they get to the Black Thunder, the way they beat it is hilarious. They just jump in the air, shoot a bunch of guns, slow down, all the bullets go through the chopper.
Because again, after firing all the bullets, he then does the big stab.
No, they just do the guns.
My point is, it's one of those, like, you're shooting all the bullets, and then after all the bullets, you finish with the stab, so it's so much damage, it's not going to survive.
They don't even really hit
They don't even get to the stab.
They just shoot the bullets. Because the chopper is vulnerable to gunfire being reversed. Dante shooting bullets does as much damage as Joe. Like, well, okay, technically it is more like Alice, but it's not the point. Dante's bullets act like bullets in the game. So for the chopper, they just shot the bullets. they didn't reverse anything. They just gunfired it.
And like I said, the final thing was Dante was, like I said, Sylvia is replaced with Trish, and you might question what's her transformation at the end when she gets the V watch. It's normal Trish throughout all the cutscenes, and then when she gets the V watch, she puts on the sunglasses from the end of Devil May Cry 1 and gets the 2 pistols and Sparta on her back.
One last thing, because it amuses me, because I don't have Dante, because this is the GameCube.
Yes.
In case you missed it, GameCube buttons. Like, I needed to show this. It's GameCube.
Yeah.
It's one last thing. So Dante. So in the cutscenes, what's really funny, Dante. His beautiful transformation is him wearing his Devil May Cry 1 outfit. So when he's not in his beautiful mode, he is in his underwear.
Yeah.
And that's his human form. Mm-hmm. So in the theater cutscene at the beginning, where Joe and Sylvia are on a date,
he's on a date in his underwear.
Which also leads to my favorite thing.
Alright.
If you start a new game as Dante, the tutorial you get at the beginning.
Right.
It's not a tutorial.
What is that?
You know how at the beginning of the game, even though I wasn't... this is one last thing because it's fucking hilarious. You know how when you pick any other character for the first time, and you unlock your powers, at the bottom of the screen is a text box that's supposed to be the tutorial on Dante when you're getting the VFX power for the first time. And just in general, like, even Dante's first tutorial, it's not a tutorial on how to play the game. It is literally, and even his dodging one does this, and it's so funny. You start the game, you get that first tutorial. The game doesn't teach you how to dodge or anything. It is basically like, oh man, now I'm paraphrasing, but this is basically what the text is saying. It's like, oh man, hey guys, Dante's in his underwear, and that's kind of hot. It's like, I know you're looking at his crotch bulge. I know you are. It's just...
What the fuck, Camilla?
Okay, it's not that explicit, but it's basically like...
We know you're looking down there.
No, they said that you're looking at Dante because he's in his underwear and he's sexy. It's basically pointing out his, like, rockin' abs. It's not a tutorial, it's just 5 minutes of describing Dante naked.
Anyway, last...
we've been here for like 30 years.
I was going to say the last... it's something absolutely simple. It's basically because I brought this up, but I think you cut me off. I brought up the code for the unlocking the characters in the PS2 version. At some point during this, you could throw the code on screen.
I know.
I mean, if you want to. That was the last thing I wanted to say.
I beat the game and I sampled the characters.
Because I brought up, if you want to say, fuck playing the higher difficulties, which you should, again, if you have the PS2
If you have the PS2 version and you don't mind using cheats, you can just enter a cheat code and unlock everything.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you unlock things in the same order in the PS2, except Dante is unlocked on any difficulty. Meaning, because of the way Dante breaks the game, if you're absolutely a scrub at the game, which is fine if you've never played it, play kids difficulty. Oh, actually, that is one last thing. Kids, and I never commented on this, what Kids does, we never fully explained it, you have 8 seconds of natural VFX, it starts you naturally with most of the health, you actually also naturally start with 4 lives instead of 2, and naturally you deal double damage on top of any other multipliers, and everything has less health. So if you're playing the PS2 version, just play Kids, unlock Dante, and then use Dante to cheese your way through the other difficulties if you want to play them legitimately, because Dante's guns are ridiculous, but I've been here like 15 extra minutes. So, with all of that said, I can truncate some of this. If enough people want this, though I'll probably end up doing this anyway, because me and Carson love this game, we'll play the other characters, but those will be New Game Plus rollover files, because I showed a legitimate playthrough, and I don't want to start a new game for any of the other characters. I would rather just use my New Game Plus rollover files just to do that, because I have a bunch of points and crap. But with all of that said, this has been Viewtiful Joe. Probably record the second game at some other point. I own it. Also GameCube version, obviously. This is the GameCube, and no, I was not emulating. So, I hope you all enjoyed the Viewtiful Joe Let's Play, and I hope I will see you all next time. So, as always, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or good night, everybody. I hope you come back someday. See you later. It's time for the question of the day and my overall thoughts on the topic. So anyway, to end off the Let's Play, I have a couple of questions. So first off, what is your overall opinion on the Let's Play? In my overall opinion, this is one of my favorite Let's Plays so far, simply because I got to show off one of my personal favorite games, and even with a couple of deaths, I basically have never played this game so consistently, meaning all the times I have actually replayed this game made me get way better at this game than I thought I was, which is cool to see, but I normally replay the game on a rollover file, so it was nice to see that a lot of consistency held up on a fresh file. But anyway, it's time for the second question. If you owned the GameCube version like we did, have you ever legitimately unlocked Captain Blue, or did you end up using a cheating device like a Game Shark in order to unlock him? And this question can extend to all the other characters. And as a bonus question, are you in the camp of someone that only played on kids and never unlocked any characters at all? So maybe you used a cheating device to basically unlock everyone. I have actually seen a lot of people that were unaware that you could unlock any other characters at all because they basically only played on kids, beat the game, and then never went back to try the harder difficulties. And people that did try the harder difficulties normally were able to at least unlock Alistair. Most people were never able to unlock Captain Blue. So I find it impressive when people can legitimately prove that they did unlock Captain Blue back in the day, since most people never unlocked Captain Blue at all, or ended up using some type of cheating device in order to basically unlock Captain Blue. I'm not counting the PS2 in any of this because of that one cheat code, which is basically non-existent on GameCube. Anyway, you can leave your thoughts, opinions, and answers in the comments, or you can leave them on social media. All of my social media links, as well as my Discord links, are in the video description. Now, as always, I need to be a shill for a minute. If you subscribe to the channel, and if you follow me on social media, that really helps our communities grow. But anyway, I hope you all enjoyed the video, and I hope I will see you all next time. So, as always, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or good night, everybody. I hope you come back someday. See you later.